You say you're tired of the pain, of the patterns, of feeling like life is against you. But what if it's not life? What if it's you? Not your bad luck, not your trauma, not what they did to you, but what you keep doing to yourself. No one broke you. You broke you. Every time you chose silence over truth, comfort over courage, revenge over release. You think you're cursed? You're not. You're irresponsible. Every time you stayed where you didn't belong. Every time you let fear make your decisions. Every time you made pain feel like home. You chose this, maybe not with words, but with actions. And the weight you carry, that isn't punishment. It's the price of your choices. Pain doesn't just happen. It builds, quietly, with every decision you make in denial. You weren't handed this pain. You built it, brick by brick, by repeating the same cycle, pretending not to see it. The lies you told yourself. I'm okay. They'll change. It's not that bad. Each one carved deeper into your soul. You say you don't know how you got here, but you do. You tolerated what you should have rejected. You begged for love instead of giving it to yourself. You ran from silence and called it survival. And somewhere along the way, you made pain your identity. Not because you wanted to, but because it became easier than facing the truth that every broken piece of your life was shaped by your own hands. And now, you're re-trapped, not in the pain itself, but in the refusal to admit that it was you who opened the door. You're not unlucky. You're not cursed. You're just repeating. Repeating the same story, the same relationships, the same self-sabotage disguised as effort. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are and what you tolerate. That chaos in your life, it's familiar. That's why you keep going back to it. You confuse chaos with love because that's what love looked like when you were too young to know better. You confuse anxiety with connection because that's the only way you learn to feel seen. You stay where you're wounded because pain became your language. You bleed in the same places and still act surprised. But pain is not a visitor anymore. It's your routine, your comfort zone, your addiction. You don't need to break the cycle. You need to stop being the cycle. Because the longer you keep blaming the world, the longer you stay chained to your own making. You think you're the victim. But are you? You say, I did my best. But what if your best was just another lie? You tell yourself, I didn't deserve this. But maybe, just maybe, this isn't punishment. It's the bill for everything you ignored. You tell yourself, I'm a good person. But is being good the same as being honest? You covered your wounds with smiles. You called your silence strength. You labeled your fear as loyalty. You betrayed yourself again and again just to keep someone else comfortable, and then blamed them when your soul started screaming. You wear your pain like armor, but it's not protecting you. It's isolating you, drowning you in lies. You don't want truth. You want comfort. You want the illusion that you're blameless, even while you burn everything you touch. You can't heal what you keep justifying. You can't grow while you defend your wounds. The lies you live by aren't just lies anymore. They're your reality. Every time you avoid the truth, you borrow peace on emotional credit. And just like financial debt, emotional debt compounds. That fake smile you wear, it has a cost. That apology you never gave, a cost. The truth you buried, a cost. And you're paying for all of it in anxiety, in sleepless nights, in unexplained sadness, in toxic patterns that just won't die. You denied your feelings. You delayed your healing. You defended your pain, and now it owns you. You thought ignoring it would make it disappear, but it didn't disappear. It metastasized. Denial doesn't erase pain. It multiplies it. You are emotionally bankrupt and still spending like you're whole. But the body remembers. The mind keeps score. And one day, the debt comes due. You think your life is made of choices, but most of those choices were never conscious. You didn't choose who to love. You repeated the love you thought you deserved. You didn't choose failure. You walked the only path your fear allowed. You didn't choose to suffer. You chose familiarity, because suffering was familiar. We are programmed before we understand what programming is. And once those unconscious patterns are in place, we follow them blindly. You think you're making decisions, but most days you're just reacting, not to the present, but to old wounds. Your adult self is on autopilot, running scripts written by the child you used to be. You fight for control, but control was lost long ago when you stopped paying attention to your own inner voice. You are not living, you replaying, and every choice you make is just another scene from an old story. Pain doesn't come from nowhere. It reflects you. It shows you what you've ignored, what you denied, what you refuse to feel. Every ache in your chest, every tear you don't understand, is a mirror. Your pain points to your truth, to the places you still haven't healed, to the patterns you're still repeating. That friend who betrayed you, a mirror of your lack of boundaries. That partner who broke you, a reflection of the love you thought you deserved. Pain doesn't lie, but we do. We lie to avoid it, to numb it, to blame others for it. But pain is the most honest part of you. You just don't want to hear what it's saying. It whispers, "You're not okay." It screams, "Something needs to change." But instead, you silence it with distractions. You decorate your wounds with pride. You say, "I'm fine," and wonder why it still hurts. This is the moment, the quiet space between breakdown and breakthrough, where one choice defines the rest of your life. Will you keep repeating, keep running, keep blaming, or will you take responsibility? Not the fake kind, not the Instagram quote kind, but the kind that breaks your ego in half. The kind that makes you say, "I created this. I stayed too long. I ignored the signs." That's the moment everything changes. Not when someone saves you, but when you stop waiting to be rescued. Accountability is brutal. It burns. It tears down the lies you built your life on. But it's also the first real step to freedom, because until you own your part, you can't change the pattern. You'll keep loving the wrong people, keep chasing validation, keep losing yourself in the noise. Your life won't change until you do. Everyone wants healing until they find out what it demands. Healing isn't light and soft. It's not spa days and sunsets. It's rage. It's grief. It's sitting with a version of you you've tried to bury. You'll have to revisit what broke you, not to stay there, but to finally walk out of it awake. You'll have to lose people. People who love the broken version of you, the compliant one, the quiet one, the one who didn't ask for more. Healing will cost you comfort. It will expose your coping. It will show you every time you betrayed yourself just to keep the peace. It will demand truth, even the ugly kind, even the kind that makes you want to disappear. But without that cost, without that fire, you don't heal. You just perform the idea of healing. You stay stuck, dressed in positive quotes, bleeding under a smile. The question isn't can you heal, it's can you pay the price for it? UVE blamed the world. UVE blamed the past. UVE blamed yourself. But here's the truth. You are both the wound and the healer. The pain was real. The people were wrong. But the choice to stay hurt, that was always yours. No one is coming to save you because no one can. This journey is between you and the mirror. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to wake up, to remember who you were before the world told you who to be, to break the cycle, to choose peace even when chaos is comfortable. You are not your past. You are the author of what comes next. And maybe, just maybe, you were never broken, just buried. And now, finally, you are digging yourself out,